The Miami Dolphins have a game this Sunday. Yeah. What is up, Dolphin fans? Welcome to another Dolphin Collective. We will be previewing Sunday's game as well as talking about other things. Real quick, though, before we jump into all that good stuff, I have to shout out the show's sponsors, starting with Brunt. Go out and grab yourself some Brunt, especially if you're up here in the Northeast. But even in Miami, you can grab some Brunt. Very, very nice wearing, nice looking stuff. Use the promo code HMA. You get $10 off as well if you're going to the game on Sunday, which
good
luck to you. It's going to be nice. It's like in the 80s. It's going to be nice.
High 80s.
It's beautiful. It's probably going to be a beautiful day. Then a lot of Bills fans probably will be here too.
Use that promo code FINS. You get $20 off your first SeatGeek order. Or if you're like, I ain't going to that. I'm going to a concert. I'm going to a festival. I'm going to something. You can use SeatGeek as well. Millions of downloads. Go check them out. Sleeper as well. We will be talking about the more or less with Sleeper in a little bit. Go check them out. We'll talk about how that site works. It's fantastic. Use the promo code HMA. You get 100% up to $100. And obviously, you see in the bottom left, we have it this show on a podcast forum, Spotify, Apple. Go check it out. And if you'd like to become a member, you click the join button next to the subscribe button. You get your name at the end, which we are working on updating because some of you guys hit me up saying that your name's not at the end. We are working on getting you guys in there, as well as cool perks, and you get our icons, and you get to tell us, hey man, I've been a member for so long, and ask a question. It's a lot of cool stuff. So let's jump into this. The Miami Dolphins are hosting the Buffalo Bills on Sunday. Now, the last time they played Buffalo, they could have won that game in Buffalo. Different team, though, right? A little bit of a different team. Tyreek Hill, Rasul Douglas, kind of looking at who's out. D. Estridge is out. Now, Rasul Douglas and Chop are out full.
Phillips.
So it's a little bit of a different team. What are the chances Rasul and Chop play? 0?
Chop's done. He's ruled out, right?
No,
Yeah, Chop can't come back. He's in a concussion protocol.
He's not ruled out. He was listed as doubtful. The only one who was ruled out was D. Estridge, but I wouldn't count on either Douglas or Robinson.
I thought you were talking to me. I thought you said I wouldn't count on either of them, Douglas. I'm like, oh, thank you. Appreciate that. So yeah, and then you got the Buffalo Bills. AJ Espinoza is not playing, and Shaq Thompson is not playing. And they got a bunch of questionables, which most likely will be playing with Christian Benford, Taron Johnson, Daquan Jones, and Joshua Palmer. No, not related to Kiki Palmer, I'm assuming. But yeah, so the Dolphins taking on Buffalo. You look at these two teams, they are the complete polar opposite of each other when it comes to statistics, play, everything. I don't know how much we need to break down of this game. Last time I picked the Dolphins to lose in the fashion I'm about to, they won. I think I picked them to lose to Atlanta like 27-10, and they won. Now I'm picking them to lose to Buffalo 40-10.
Why is everybody picking a 40 burger?
Who's better, the Panthers or the Dolphins?
Panthers.
And they lost 40-9. So it's like, I think they take Josh Allen out before the game's over. That's just my thoughts on this one. I think it's going to be a barn burner. Omar, what's your thoughts on this game?
This is going to be one of those litmus tests to see if this team has quit on Mike McDaniel. They're not very good.
Mm-hmm.
They know they're not very good. They've got this much of a margin for error. If things go perfectly, they can win. If things go perfectly and everybody executes. But the minute you start making mistakes, and Mike McDaniel actually addressed that. I asked him that question, and he was basically like, why is this team's margin for error so small? And he basically said, their mistakes, one unit makes this mistake, and then the other unit tries to overcome it, and they make a mistake, and then it just snowballs. To me, man, that's just we've always suspected it. They're mentally soft.
Mhm.
Now, I don't know whose job it is to make you mentally tough. I'm assuming it's the head coach. Would you? It's my job. Yeah. Man, this era of players, yeah, they can't handle criticism at all. So it's I'm hoping that they show up and they play for Mike, because to me, this is one of those paramount games where if it's ugly, I don't think Steve Ross will make a firing heading
I was going to
into
ask you that, yeah.
Washington, because it's impossible you're basically leaving on Monday to go across the water to Madrid, and the preparation has to be done in Madrid, and I'm going to leave that to the guy who's planned it for 9 months. But I don't know if Mike's going to be the coach coming back if they lose 3 straight.
It'd be the third if it goes the way a lot of people are expecting, which is like 3-score loss. It'll be the third butt whooping in 4 games. Like it'll be bad. You have Browns, then you have Ravens after the Falcons, and now if this is a third, that bad again. And I agree. I talked about it in my preview today. I'm like, you can't really fire him going into Madrid, but it's like his seat would be just in flames at that point going into Madrid, and then it might be again a filming situation where he doesn't make it back.
Yeah. According to Alex Card, he's got a chance to maintain his job. And so basically he's got 8 games to produce at least the winning record, Alan?
No.
Yeah.
No, that's not even a factor. I think
Alan, what's your thoughts on this?
No, I'm talking about winning record the rest of the way.
Oh, the rest not even. What they can't have is pow-pows like they had against Baltimore and against
Browns
Atlanta,
and Colts.
Sorry, in Cleveland. And I don't see a pow-pow in this game. Couple of reasons. Number one, this is the first game that they're playing since Chris Greer was fired, or pardon me, mutual parting of the ways.
Relieved of his duties.
That's not even that mutual parting. And then the decision was made to stick with Mike McDaniel. I do think the players like Mike McDaniel, chance to prove it, play your butts off. It is a very mentally fragile team. Soft would be another way to put it. The second something goes wrong, it unravels very, very quickly. But if they start the game off quickly, get an early break, they played them tough in the week 3. And the other factor is from the other side, Buffalo's coming off the big win in their game of the year, which was Kansas City, and the possibility of a letdown certainly is in my mind. I have it kind of similar to the first matchup where the Dolphins will be in the game the whole way, and then Buffalo creates a little bit of separation at the end.
Now, their next game is home versus Tampa. So, yeah, Alan has a point. Are they looking past Miami, high off the win against Kansas City, looking past Miami to Tampa? Do the Dolphins
look past the division rival, though? How do you
2-7, you've beaten them. Sorry, TD. They're 2-7. You've beaten them 7 straight times, 14 out of 15. I think it's pretty easy to think.
Yeah, and for Jordan Poyer and
apparently
Jordan Phillips.
Your buddy. You're going to go say hi to him?
It's going to be I'm going to be hiding from him. It's going to be a highly motivated game. Both of them are going to be playing prominent roles. I think Poyer's a starter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, I wouldn't be surprised if he's out there head hunting.
Apparently, the reason we have lost 7 straight to the Bills per Mike McDaniel is because they score more points.
We got to score more points.
Big if true.
It's the most John Madden thing I ever heard. TD, what's your thoughts on
that? Something about turnover differential.
Well, the quote I saw, he was like, they score more points and yada yada. When I saw it,
there's also a Josh Allen differential.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
TD,
all right, man. We're actually going to beat the Buffalo Bills this week. Yes, I'm one of those believers. And again, I want to go ahead and start by letting y'all know I have zero analysis to back up what I just said. Okay, so we are going to beat the Buffalo Bills this week.
That's
Go
normal,
hard,
for you.
man.
That's
Go hard.
absolutely normal.
The only analysis that I do have is that it would be so Dolphin.
Yeah.
As McDaniels is fighting for his job, Tua, how do you feel about fighting for your career? Oh, I don't think of it that way. All of that to happen, we beat Buffalo, and people say the O-line finally played well. Oh, the defense finally showed up. It's just so Dolphin. So we're going to find a way to actually win this game, all right? I truly believe it.
And it's funny to go off of, what Tua said. It was like the first time he said something that I was like, okay. Like I like the quote. I'm trying to pull it up real quick.
Which quote are you talking about?
Where he said, I wouldn't say I'm playing for to keep my job. I'd say I'm playing to help the team win. If you're looking at it in that sense, I would say my performance needs to be better, and my performance doesn't reflect me trying to keep my job, because that's not the standards at which I've been playing at all these other years. And I'm like, thank you. That's all you got to say, man. Like,
But he said early in the press conference, he said this early in the season. I'm trying to figure out to get back to my game that I was playing in 2002 and 2003. He talked about that. He's like, my footwork, is it my footwork that's off? I can tell you what's off.
What's that?
Go ahead, enlighten us.
What is that?
What is off? The offensive line is bad. There you go. Hold on, I forgot.
Am I right? Bad. That's not an excuse
don't
anymore.
Forget. And it impacts your timing, it impacts your comfort in the pocket. Tom Brady told you that. And also, your weaponry is not very good.
There you go.
You've literally got two weapons now.
But here's my pushback on that, Omar, is it's never been good. Before Tyreek and Waddle, right? It's never really been good, and he's been efficient.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, his throws are off. And he's throwing more rainbows and more, and it's just, it doesn't look like the Tua from about 3 years ago. And again, the offensive line wasn't that great 3 years ago. So I think it's the hip, man. I really do think it's the hip. I think it's starting to deteriorate on him.
I watched him today, and it's a funny play. During practice, they're doing red zone, running their routes on air. And literally, Malik Washington turns right. Tua plants the ball right in the back of his head. Like, and I'm thinking to myself, like, man, this guy's accuracy is ridiculous. Because it's like, to put it right in the guy's head before he even turns. Like, anyway.
Can't hate it. Again, I don't disagree with that.
Oh my gosh,
Amazing.
But is he wrong? Tua does have good accuracy.
Oh my gosh,
it's his
the other stuff that's the problem.
Everybody will tell you it's his superpower. Don't you two be
Please, can we retire the retire
Where did that come from? Was that Fitzpatrick who's talking about the superpowers?
I think it might be
on his podcast.
Harold Travel also mentioned it last year.
Everybody talks about it.
Superpower. I was like,
accuracy.
Gag me with a spoon. Superpower.
If he had the arm strength with that accuracy, he'd be ridiculous. But unfortunately, he does not have the arm strength to go with that accuracy.
Grandma had one, she'd be grandpa.
Exactly. Something I want to talk about, and then we'll get into the topics. What are the Dolphins doing at pass rusher? They don't have Phillips. They don't have Chop. They're going to have Judon. They're going to have Chubb. They're going to have Cameron Good.
They don't have Chubb. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. Chubb, not Chop.
And Andre Carter, the second. Is he the other?
Quentin Bell.
They're having like, what, a 3-man rotation at pass rusher?
No, they're going to elevate Quentin Bell.
Okay.
They're likely to elevate Quentin Bell, if not add him to the 53-man roster. They worked out offensive linemen and linebackers today. I would have to. This is the thing I don't get about this whole year, this whole regime, this whole era. I'd be claiming people off people's practice squad.
They did it in 2019. That's how you got Steeler.
But that's what they did with Andre Carter. I think that we're getting into the process of 2019 again, where the roster.
Mike has never done that. I don't believe he's going to do that. Like, we finally got our first player cut. Think about it. Like, players don't get cut around here. David Long, you could name the players who get cut, like during the season.
David Long.
David Long, like players don't get cut around here.
Why did Tanner Connor get cut? Has he been that bad?
They need the roster spot.
So he's going to come back on the practice squad.
One, the tight ends, Greg Dulcich.
Yeah.
He leapfrogged Tanner on the depth chart. Clearly, you saw that in the last Ravens game.
Yeah, he's good.
The guy caught more passes in one game than Tanner's caught his whole career. They still probably want to sign Tanner back to the practice squad, but I think they can also elevate some of those other tight ends from the practice squad to bide them time. But here's the thing about where we are at this point in the season. You have no reason not to throw an Ethan Bonner out there, not to throw a Derek McClendon out there. You know, I still got to show love for my Derek McClendon. Not to throw Zeke Biggers out there.
Yeah, man.
Not to play Taj Washington. You got to figure out if any of these guys can play, because God knows.
Not if you're coaching for your job, you don't.
There's that yin and yang.
Excellent point, Poupard.
Everything we are dealing with is straight conflict.
Yep.
One way or the other. You want to try the new guys, but you're playing for your job. Everything is a conflict.
Is it too late? And then we found out this week that they got rid of something else in the locker room, a basketball shooting thing.
Oh, pop a shot. Mike said he didn't even know it was removed. It wasn't a Champ Kelly initiative, even though players have said he's in the locker room and he's in the weight room. He's around more, which I'm like, Greer was around, but I guess he's in the. You're not supposed to go in the locker room, but he's in the weight room. Maybe he's in the meeting rooms. But the player leadership committee just said let's get these out of there. They were all broken, by the way. So I mean, they've broken the pop shot like 3 times.
What are they dunking on?
No, they take so many shots a day.
Yeah.
One player told me, I forget who said it. He's like, that pop shot might get 1 million shots a day. And it's true. Players will walk right by it and they'll be like, it's really in our gathering area. Oh, they took the card table out the room. That one's a little tricky. Always a little tricky. Poupard knows this. How long have players been playing cards in locker rooms?
Cards, dominoes.
It's never a reason why you win or lose.
Yeah. I don't think any of this stuff real, because even the Ravens did it, and it wasn't about that. It was about Lamar not being on the field. Like, there's funny thing too is, Breece Hall doesn't get traded. I don't know if you guys saw the video of him driving around the locker room in a go-kart.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Ooh, not a good look. Not a good look. But okay, who steps up at corner with Rasul not playing? Because Rasul, best signing we've had in a while, and especially at the time we signed him.
In a while, you mean this year? Calais Campbell was a better signing than Rasul.
Yeah, I'll give it. Yeah, agree.
Ethan Bonner's on main stage.
Yep.
Poupard wouldn't know what that term means. All of y'all are shaking your head. You don't know what the main stage is?
Well, I know it from my concert days at like Warped Tour and stuff like that.
In a strip club.
Oh.
No.
Club, there are side stages, and then there's the main stage.
Yeah, no, I know. I used to play in a band, so I knew about the main stage.
There's like 3 stages. I'll give you a tootsie. There's 3 stages, side stages, and then the main stage. And, side stage might have 10, 15, 20 guys around it. The main stage, it's about 100 people.
Shelby said,
"Oh, I have been in a while." Shelby goes, "Oh, that means
yeah, oh man,
oh man." So they were thin at corner before. Now they're really thin. And again, you're going up against a very, very good offense.
But they're better at tight end than they are at wide receiver.
Yes, and keep in mind, Jalen Phillips was your only linebacker who could cover.
Mm-hmm.
Now, other than Willie Gay. So Willie Gay, who could cover? Who could drop back in
Is
coverage?
Jalen Phillips a great coverage linebacker?
No,
No.
he's the only one who can
He's
do
the
it.
only one who can, is what he said.
He wasn't great at it, but he's the only one who can.
So do we see more Willie Gay without Phillips here now?
I'm guessing if not, just cut him. Just cut him free.
Yeah, man. There's a waste of talent.
He could play.
Yeah. How does he do so well in the offseason, and then when the season comes, they just stash him away? I don't understand it.
Because it's the off season.
Yeah.
But like even like the few plays he came in, like I don't remember what, I think it was the Jets game where they threw a bubble screen and he was like right in there to make the tackle for a loss. Like the few times I've seen them put him on the field, he's been in on plays.
I also saw a play where he got caught out of position and wound up leading to a long gain. I remember if it was a run or a pass, but it was like, oh, really not good.
Yeah.
There's a reason. It's not like
they might let Biggers not eat Biggers. What is his name? That like KJ Britt.
Mm-hmm.
But KJ is not very good in coverage now, but he's shown you that he's the one that's ready to step up. Willie Gay has been Jordan Brooks' backup. Jordan Brooks is the coverage specialist. I think from a standpoint, I think they need to go Willie Gay. I think, but we'll see how creative they get.
So if Jalen Phillips was the main guy in that role, who was the backup to him starting the season?
Yes.
In such a vital role.
I don't have a name for
I
you.
saw Chop drop back in coverage one time, so maybe it was Chop.
Maybe.
Yeah, but you go into a season knowing you have one guy that isn't perfect in it, but that's a vital role, and then nobody behind him at all. That's
TD. We know the roster's flawed. We know the roster's
no depth.
Yeah, you're not telling breaking news.
TD, that's a scab you're going to pick out on this team? Really?
I'm just saying, but that's when you know that you have a team that's stretched thin.
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't even have a nickel cornerback. Once Cater went down, you didn't have a backup nickel cornerback. You didn't have a lot of things. You didn't have a starting strong safety. You still don't. Do you have a starting defensive tackle to put next to Zach Sealer?
We all know this.
How about a right guard?
Why wasn't this what was being said before the season started? It was all right there in front of us.
That's why he's not here
I was saying the
anymore.
roster was bad from before the season started.
And it's funny because when I did my record prediction, which everyone, they like to go back and look at it and said, you said 10 wins. We all made that caveat of saying if this team is somewhat healthy, because all four of us knew that there was no depth on this team.
Health is not the reason they suck.
I
don't even think health is the reason they suck.
Well, if we had James Daniels and Austin Jackson, I feel like the offense would be a little better.
Oh, Poupard wants to do it. Come on, Poupard, come on down. Why do they suck?
It's funny because when you talk about the quarterback, health comes into play, but the health injury is not the reason they suck. Okay, I see how it works.
No. Injuries is not. I don't think injuries is the reason they suck. They can't seize the moment when the moment presents itself.
Correct.
And that's a lot on Tua. That's a lot on the offensive lineman. That's a lot on the playmakers. That's a lot on the defensive end. The defense has lost them 2 fourth-quarter games. That's a lot on special teams. Now, they're mentally soft. We haven't hidden from that. When or how do you prove that you're no longer mentally soft?
When you overcome adversity.
You got to do it. You got to do it to show it.
Yep. Actions speak louder than words.
Team need real leadership, period.
Yep.
Real leadership.
Yep. Can the offense be resurrected?
Can the offense be resurrected?
No, that's a question I was proposed.
Is there a healthy Tyreek Hill, Teron Armstead, Raheem Mostert that's bringing, everything we had good, Robert Hunt? Is that all of that stuff? If we could bring it all back at its peak, yeah, we can resurrect ourselves.
I honestly think that things might change with James Daniel and
Austin Jackson
back in the lineup. Things might change.
What happened to those guys again? What was the injury?
Pectoral injury, and I think it's broken toe.
Peck and toe for Jackson and Peck for Daniels.
And Jackson broke the toe twice. Came back.
Just cut it off.
Came back. Probably
cut it off. You have 9 other ones.
What NFL player did that? He just cut his finger off.
Ronnie Lott.
Yeah. He just went back. He was like, "Screw it, just cut it off. I don't need it."
Doug, I do think you're going to see flashes of the Dolphin offense operating at high efficiency, but the key is consistency, and I don't know that offense.
Yeah, we do see it, and there were instances throughout the season where we've seen plays happen, and then it's like a nice 28-yard pass to Darren Waller, flag holding on Borum, and then the whole drive is dead. So yeah, you're 100% correct. We see flashes of it. It's just these little stupid mistakes with the holding and the motions, and it kills it, and it brings it back. And we're so bad that we can't have those. That's why, like Omar said, we got to play perfect. You want a chance to beat Buffalo, you have to play perfect. It's not even about to beat Buffalo. You have to have a chance. You can't, and you got to run the ball. They have a horrible rush defense. You got to keep Josh Allen on the sideline.
But I'll also, this is where I'll point out the last time the Dolphins did beat Buffalo. If you remember that game, the Dolphins were outgained by 285 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Buffalo that just kept leaving points on the field, and the Dolphins wound up stealing a win where they really got outplayed. So maybe that's what it's going to take.
Last two times. I remember a play to Charles Clay, who was a Buffalo Bill.
Oh, yeah.
In the end zone that he dropped from rookie.
It was underthrown from Josh Allen.
It was. I'm right there with you, Alan, because he had to like dive forward for it.
He did. Yeah. That's when Josh Allen sucked.
Yeah, that's when he didn't have the arm.
I'm glad you can acknowledge he once sucked, even though he had a hell of a game against the Dolphins.
He did.
No, it was the accuracy was like he was all over the place with his throws, and as a rookie, but you still could see, or at least I would think it was very easy to see that that dude's got something.
Wasn't his first 3 years he had like the most turnovers or the most interceptions by a quarterback? It was bad, if I remember correctly.
He played hero ball a lot, and then he realized, yeah, maybe I shouldn't. Or the coaches drilled it into his head.
They got him Stephon Diggs, father of 4.
Mm-hmm. Look what he's doing for Drake May.
You're joking, right?
You didn't know he's got 4 women pregnant at the same time, including
No, he's talking about me.
No, I'm talking about him suggesting that Drake May's developments because Stephon Diggs is over there.
Oh, sure. Okay.
There we go.
It had a lot to do with Stephon. All of a sudden, he starts playing better with Stephon Diggs.
He was good last year. If you couldn't see that dude, I can't help you.
No. I'm saying in the early stages, and yes, they got rid of Stephon. He was still good last year. He still doesn't have.
What are you talking about? Are you talking about in Buffalo? No, I was pushing back on his suggesting.
I'm saying Drake May is playing good this year because of Stephon Diggs.
Stephon Diggs, sure.
He's. Oh, I'm not going to say he's good. No, he's trending up.
Omar completely refused. Go watch that highlight of him against New England when he's rolling to his right, throws like a 35-yard pill near the sideline. You know what I'm talking about, TD?
Yes, man. Oh, Omar, why do you doubt the kid? Is it just
listen? You can't do it for one time. That
Have you been watching him play? Have you actually been watching him play every week? Man, they have a quarterback. They have a franchise quarterback.
TD, did you forget that Omar doesn't know how to watch film?
True Blazer said Diggs ain't got anything on Reek and baby mamas. Stephon Diggs has 4 girls pregnant at the same time right now. So I think he's got him beat. I think he's got
no, I think Tyreek had a 4-baby year.
Oh, did he? Oh my god.
Yeah, I think Tyreek had a 4-baby year.
Jeez.
But Tyreek loves his kids now.
Yeah.
That's all that matters at the end of the day. Real quick before we get into the donations, shout out to people watching. 679 watching. Be sure to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're growing closer and closer to 10K. We're at 9,360-ish. I don't have the exact number, but be sure to hit that subscribe button. Shout out to Shadow Fates. Been a member for 6 months. Shout out to you, man. Thoughts on Pennington as a football czar for the Fins? I wouldn't be against that.
He's one of the 5 smartest players that I've seen in the Dolphins organization. I would have loved it if he went into coaching, but I wrote a column in the Miami Herald proposing that Zach Thomas or Jason Taylor should be approached by Steve Ross and his boys, because it's very clear to me nobody in the organization knows football. Nobody. And think about it. Who knows football? Dan Marino, but are you really listening to Dan Marino? If you want to empower Dan Marino, cool. But
dude, that ship is as he got on that ship and got off that ship very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
I recently I included that in the column, and I recently heard something that made me sort of think that story is
what, that he was hired as VP of football ops and he quit 3 weeks later because there was too much work.
Yes, that I think there is more to the story than what is being told, and I will not address that until I speak to Dan about it.
Fair enough. That's very, very noble of you. I take Pennington over Zach and Jason Taylor as a football czar. No offense to either one of those. Chad Pennington also is. I believe he's got a kid who's in high school and he's coaching him or something along those lines. So I don't know if he would have any interest in it, but like you said, he is some kind of.
Yeah, gentlemen, I must leave. I appreciate you guys, and everybody have a good weekend. Hopefully, the Bills don't beat down the Miami Dolphins.
We appreciate you.
We got this.
Go check him out. Miami Herald. Omar Kelly.
Why do I have a big? Oh, there you go. I like a big sign of.
You're targeted.
Yeah.
Noel B with the 5 says, at what point does Ross hand out jerseys to the homeless and bust them in on game day?
And always count on Noel to come up with one of
Give
those.
them each like $20. Cheer. Make sure you cheer when the Dolphins do something. It's gonna be bad. I went down for the Buffalo game when we didn't win yet, and I think Cleo Lemons was playing for us. 2007. Yeah.
Year to month.
And I think the halftime score was 5-3, and I was like, "What are we doing?" I was like, "My God!" I remember walking into the stadium. Bill fans were like, "Win a game," and my dad was getting all mad. He didn't know what to say back. I said, "Dad, just tell him to win a Super Bowl," and that's all he said for the rest of the day.
Very nice.
Edward with the 5 says, "Welcome to getting your butt spanked weekend. Where is your cap, Omar?" This is gonna be. Hey man, we went. I said this in my preview. If we win, this is gonna be our Super Bowl to beat Buffalo finally.
Well, there's mixed emotions. If we win, it is a good. I think Buffalo are frauds this year. I feel like we were really close in that game that we played them. I don't think they're as good as people think. But I think some teams lay down, they have a matchup over them. But I think certain teams can take them down easily in the AFC. I thought the Dolphins were going to be the team this year to actually overtake the Bills. I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, with this roster, I mean, look, I'm gonna be honest with you. When you look at when we went to Buffalo, that was actually a good game when you think about it. We were making all these mistakes, killing ourselves. We were missing that discipline piece to actually get over that hump. This team wouldn't have mattered anyway because the rest of the AFC were leaps and bounds better than us. But I felt like we were actually catching up to the Bills. Yeah, but
I see the Bills of week 3 are not the Bills of week 10. I think they're a lot better than when the Dolphins saw them 7 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they got a little bit more healthy, but I'm not convinced with Buffalo.
Okay.
Johnny with the 5 says, control our draft destiny, win games versus Saints and Jets. Will be an all-time blunder if they miss out on Miami Mendoza. Can't understate this impact.
Sorry. Let's reconvene in 3 years because I don't know.
Yeah, some people like Dante Moore, and I've been looking into him, and I kind of
he's going back to Oregon.
He's going back.
So you don't like Mendoza?
I don't know that he's this can't miss guy that absolutely Dolphin must tank for. Sorry.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that there's no one really in this draft that you tank for.
Correct. And all-time blunder. How about Jamar Fletcher over Drew Brees as an all-time blunder?
Mm-hmm. Would you say Ronnie Brown over Aaron Rodgers?
That was ugly.
Could have got back in there.
Ugly.
Ian with the Fiver said Bills did have a big win, but they know they are competing neck and neck with the Patriots for the division. I don't think they're looking past the Finns. That is very true.
No, that's fair, but again, human nature is what it is. That was a big emotional game for them last week. But,
Yeah. Here's another one for you. Call of Duty says, do we flop for Fernando Mendoza from Indiana?
No, we don't flop. We don't tank.
How many of these quarterbacks are going back? Sellers is going to go back, right?
Sellers is going to go back. Moore's going to go back. And here's the thing: they can make a hell of a lot of nil money. You know.
I'm pretty sure Manning's going back. He didn't have a good year.
I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan.
And the Manning's always do 4 years because I'm pretty sure Peyton stayed 4 years at Tennessee, and then Eli went to Ole Miss, right? I think he did 4 years as well. So it's back to like Nussmeier and all these other guys. And Nussmeier was supposed to be like a top 5 quarterback coming out too, and now they have him in like the middle of the second round.
See, I like him more than I like Arch Manning.
Mm.
He hasn't had a great season, but I think he's going to be. Each one of those, he might be a better pro than he is in college.
Johnny with the tour says TD doesn't even believe the stuff he says.
Time always tells.
Deny it, TD, deny it.
Come Tuesday, D's be like, I never said we win.
No,
that was AI. That wasn't me.
oh, man.
RJ with the Fiver says, real talk, what GM/coach is going to want to come here with our cap hell caused by Tua and his contract to part of this blank show? You'll be surprised. If Stephen Ross writes a fat enough check, like we got Vic Fangio to come here for a year, like that it helps a little bit if Ross is going to make you the highest paid general manager in the NFL.
If you're a guy with options, though, it's not ideal. And if you're a coach, generally speaking, you want to have your own quarterback. If you're a GM, you want to have your own coach.
Mm-hmm.
There's absolutely something to what RJ's saying.
Yeah, but I feel like there's this theory out here that suggests general managers applying for the position or interested in the position, they wouldn't want to come to Miami because of the cap and all of that stuff. I think that general managers would actually love to come to Miami for that reason, because they get to empty out the bank first. They get to empty it out. They get time to really build something. You got to think about those guys in their mind and their careers. Oh, well, I want to build an organization from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
That's their big achievement. So that's what they really want to do. A lot of general managers would love that opportunity, as long as you don't have an owner that's trying to hold you accountable for the old mess. As long as you don't have an owner that does that, and Ross seems like he loves continuity. So I think we'll have a lot of candidates in Miami.
And especially because you have that grace period. If you do come in and, you know how Stephen Ross is, he'll give you 3-4 years. So you don't have to really sit there like you're sitting on coals. Flaming Boot with the tenor says Tua was 88 rating in Madden 25. He's a 75 this year. It's Madden. I haven't even gotten the new Madden, and it's got boring to me. I'm getting old. Aaron with the tenor said, good evening, guys. Which good/great player they have had the last 25 years you feel bad that his career was wasted? Also outside of Tua, who is also overhated. Rashad Jones, I feel like his career was wasted here. I really liked Rashad Jones. Him and Xavier Howard.
Mm-hmm. That's an interesting question. Career was wasted. Couldn't make a case for Zach Thomas and Jason Taylor.
I was gonna say, yeah, back into their careers.
Yep.
Cameron Wake.
Yeah. Cam Wake.
Another question: who else is overhated? Liam
Eichenberg.
Ricky Williams, maybe. Liam Eichenberg, good one, Doug. Very good one, Doug.
And I can own up to that because I overhated that man. And then
very good call.
You don't know what you have till it's gone, And that's saying something because he's not that good. But I would have loved to have him at right guard right now.
Jesse Davis is another one.
Yeah.
Overhated.
There's another one. There was somebody. I can't think of it now. Tannehill. I think Tannehill was overhated. I don't think he was as bad. Kind of just like people with.
He was.
We're back in that same situation we were in 2019's offseason. People hated Tannehill. Some wanted him gone. Some didn't. Now people hate Tua. Some want him gone. Some people don't. And it's the nature of the beast.
Cycle.
RJ with the $5 said, Omar, you've made me a smarter fan, but I don't agree with you on Tua and his line. Herbert is missing both tackles and is performing way better than Tua. Yeah, I don't agree with that. Like I said,
RJ, I will make sure I will write this down and make sure that Omar gets it.
Take a screenshot. We'll put it here. I'll take a screenshot and I'll put it in the.
You got to clip this part right here.
Here you go. There we go. Yeah, no, I don't agree with the line being that big of a problem because, like I said, when has Tua really ever had a good line throughout the season, and he still has performed in games without having a good line? So, you look at his rookie year, Arizona Cardinals. What weapons did he really have, and all that stuff, and he performed.
It's the best game of his career, or what's one of the best games of his career?
I'm telling you, it's his hip. I said this when they drafted him. I said, my biggest fear is a quarterback normally plays about 12 years, roughly. I said, he's probably going to play like 8. I said, that hip is going to start deteriorating on him. He's not going to be the same guy. And I feel like that's what's happening right now because his throws are bad.
To me, I think it's the hip playing with his mind, the accumulation of injuries playing with his mind when he's in the pocket subconsciously. I think is a bigger issue than
it didn't help that the end of last year he re-injured that hip.
Yes, I kept talking about that injury in particular. That's the second time he's had an injury the first one where they said it's like a weird injury. It'll heal when it heals. They didn't give us a timeline or anything. They said it's like one of those freak injuries that once it has feeling, it has feeling or something like that. And I was on the hip. That concerns me. I don't know if that's what's happening right now. The problem is nobody knows. His game has changed even from where it was. And I've told plenty of people, I was shocked at where Tua got at a height of a player, but now I don't know. I actually don't know what's actually happening. Why it's starting to regress a little bit, because the same throws are there that he was hitting with timing. And we talk about new receivers this and new receivers that. I have no clue.
That's a bad,
The ball's not coming out the way it used to.
Because someone put what game? The Chicago Bears game. I think it was 2022. Someone put highlights of that and they put his stats. And you just saw the ball. He was throwing out routes. He was doing this, that, and they were more straight than they are now, where they're kind of arcing. He's throwing over defenders. I don't know if it's on purpose or not, but his balls are more pause on that, more arcing, kind of floating in the air.
His balls are floating. Yeah, it's nice. You hate it when that happens.
It happens when you get older, man. They tend to just float in the air.
Why are you looking at me when you're saying that? Sorry.
It's because you're in the middle.
Oh, got it.
Ian with the $5 says, please stop with Tua has superpower. Prior to last night, Tua was tied with Geno for interceptions this year. He throws 2 on Sunday and he's back in the lead. I said this because someone also pushed back. You can have, I don't say superpowers, but you can have elite traits.
Sure. Superpowers just an obnoxious term.
And still be bad. Like Jamarcus Russell had an elite arm strength. The man sucked. Like you can have elite traits, and you can still be a bad quarterback. So
I'll give you a superpower in the world of sports. Connor McDavid skating. That's a superpower. When it's so far above anybody else in your sport, then you can use it. Because Tua is accurate. He's when he's got time and he can set his feet, he's among the most accurate quarterbacks in the NFL. But to throw out the word superpower, please.
Yeah, I think that was Fitzpatrick on his podcast. He was someone asked him.
Darrell Bevel says throughout superpower last year.
Fish Pilot with the tenor says, as far as fans rooting for the team to lose, it's just desperation at this point. What else do you expect from us? The only thing that seems to affect the owner is embarrassment. Love you guys. We love you too, Fish Pilot.
Sad stuff right there. That's sad.
And I think that's why Like in the beginning of the season when Omar asked either me or TD why we wanted someone fired, it's exactly what he's saying is we just want to see the owner recognize. And the fact that he fired Greer, I'm good for the rest of the season if he doesn't fire anyone else, because he at least recognize, okay, there's a problem and I need to do something about that problem. Because when he wasn't doing anything, we were all sitting here like, does he not see, or is he, good with this? And he did something. So I agree with you, Fish Pilot. Ian with the tenor says, by the way, Omar, time is a flat circle is a theory from season 1 of True Detective. Watch it. It basically means all events are destined to repeat in a circle, cause and effect. Finn's going in a circles since 2000.
Okay, interesting.
Very interesting. Edward with the fiver said Omar knows about adult clubs because he danced at Chippendale.
Oh my god!
Oh, of course he's not here. We gotta tell him to watch the comments. Oh my god, they're coming after him. Joe, I've been a member for 5 months. Shout out to you. Adversity is opportunity, baby. Let's go, Fitz.
You see his avatar, by the way? That's from
right in the butt. We won that game too.
That's the one. Yep.
That's the last one we won. Oh my god. Me and my father watched that game live and acted like the end of the game was New Year's. We were like 5, 4, 3, we did it. Like all Dolphin fans were probably like counting down in the stadium.
Melvin Ingram.
Oh my god.
Omar in the chat, by the way.
Yes, in the chat. He says, I'm here. Garb Gut with the tour says, kind of looking forward to Greg Dulcich on Sunday. Did he not, Alan, did he not get more looks earlier because he didn't know the playbook as well? Is that why he's coming on now?
Yeah, that would be my guess. That there's an acclimation period that he needed to go through.
Yeah, because
he's always a much high end, prospect than Tanner Connor.
Yeah, when Waller wasn't active, I know a lot of people were, even myself, I'm like, why aren't they putting Dulcich in? And I guess that's the reason. Rob Gump also with $2 says, I want to see 6 O linemen and 3 running backs active.
Depends on Julian Hill.
Yep. Ian with the fiver says, it makes me sick thinking when they started this rebuild that 6 years later, you'd rather be the Bills, Pats, or Jets. Just colossal failure. And that's why he's not here anymore. Johnny with the tour says, I want what TD is smoking. Every once in a while he hits a little hopium before we go live, just a little bit. Johnny with the fiver says, I said we need Drake May in the draft. You all said the same stuff about him as Mendoza at the time. Time will tell.
I didn't.
I don't think we even had the chance to get.
No, I know we didn't have a Dolphins Collective back then, so I don't know.
We can't have it archived.
No, and I don't recall saying anything about Drake May on my podcast. I don't know what you guys did on yours.
I think I liked Drake May back then, but I don't think we were at a point in drafting a quarterback, so I don't think I was really talking about quarterbacks. That was what, 2023, right?
No, it was last year, 24.
24?
Yeah, they weren't drafting a quarterback anyway.
Yeah, because he just signed Tua. I don't think.
Correct.
As they should enough, but anyway. Eric with the fiver says, imagine what Ross would do if the Finns beat the Bills. McDaniel would get another extension.
That's funny.
Man, if they beat them bad, probably. If they beat them 40-10, probably.
Can you imagine?
I would be pissed. I would be happy but pissed at the same time because I'd be like, where the hell? Like, it's the same thing with the Falcons game. Everyone's like, where was this?
Because that's the thing with bad teams. They just can't do it consistently.
Yep. And bad quarterbacks.
Whoa.
I've been saying that.
He's the one who said it, not me.
I've been saying, and that's the funny thing too, because people are like, you've been loving Tua ever since. Da, da, da. I've been talking about his inconsistencies since 2022.
He's not a bad quarterback. Bad?
No, he's not a bad quarterback. He's just inconsistent. Which then in turn kind of makes you like you start teetering on that bad quarterback situation. Johnny with the tour says the fact Tua is even playing is wild. Those KOs. And it's always the Bills that hurt him too. concussion bills
Had a
twice.
broken ribs with Epinesa, who's
Mhm.
not playing. So I'm sure Tua was like, okay, bye-bye. You don't have, I'll see you on the sideline.
And it came off the right side as well, too. And now we got Borum out there. Why is Borum still out there?
Who else are you going to put? He's not playing horribly. And who else are you going to put?
I forgot his name. His name is
And the
gone.
Lamb?
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't think Borum's playing badly.
I guess.
I think the issues are a guard.
Ian with the fiver says, Alan giving me flashbacks of the Stanley Cup finals when McDavid skated through like an entire Panthers D to set up Leon. At least the Panthers are good.
If you don't know hockey, that guy, I have said this before, his one skill of skating is greater in terms of how it stands above his peers than any other professional athlete.
Now, I don't know much about hockey, but where would you put him with Gretzky? Or is it more of a one aspect of his game?
That aspect of his game. The skating ability is just completely outrageous. It's stupid.
Gotcha.
Gretzky's a better player.
Panama Jack with the fiver says, there has only been a handful of left-handed quarterbacks that have been super successful in the league. I'm not a fan of lefty quarterbacks.
That hurts. That's hurts my soul as a lefty.
Yeah, my dad's a lefty too. Michael Vick.
Vic was
Steve
a lefty.
Young.
Steve Young.
Who else?
Jim Zorn. Boomer.
Yeah.
Boomer, yeah.
Wasn't the Raiders quarterback a lefty?
Ben Stabler.
There you go. So you got to know. I'm 38. And you still got to know your football knowledge. Yeah, you got to go back in time.
Steve Young's a Hall of Famer, so Stabler's a Hall of Famer too, I believe.
I had such faith in Tua that because I'm thinking of Steve Young and how certain quarterbacks, it took them a section of time. Like Peyton Manning, it took him about 5 years to win his first playoff game. Drew Brees, the same. And I'm like, let's see if he can do it here. And now I'm like, no, he just can't do it. It's just not in him. But that's what we got for you guys. Oh, we got one more donation. Fish Pot with the fiver says Borum has been fine, staying healthy. They don't say his name 5 times on the broadcast. I think what it is with me is whenever he's the Julian Hill of this year. So we'll have a nice play, and then it's like holding false start on Larry Borum. Like 4th and 1. It was false start on Larry Borum that pushed us, and I'm just like, and that was the first time we saw McDaniel actually get mad, like start yelling on the sideline. Like you can tell.
Was he mad at him or was he mad at Kyle Van Noy and the rest for missing what Van Noy did? Is you remember the play Van Noy kind of like twitched to the side.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get into the neutral zone, but I believe there's part of the rule is you're not allowed to make a sudden move to try to entice an offensive lineman. And that may have been what Mike McDaniel was pissed off about more so than Borum.
Yeah, because they were going for him 4th and 1, and then they tried the field goal, and then and Riley has been very clutch for us. So for him to miss that 35, but then you have the flipping Jaguars kicker. Did he make a 70-yard field goal?
68, and it would have been good from 70.
Yeah, like, Jesus,
dude, he kicked one from 70 in the preseason. You don't think Brandon Aubrey's going to hit one at some point?
That is
real quick. Real quick, Doug, I wanted to say something about that McDaniel. You know, what you saw in the last game on the sideline, though. I kind of bought into McDaniel a little bit, that version. What I saw, that passion the entire game, you know, yelling about this, up and about that, frustrated when the kick is missed or whatever it is, like really intense on the sideline in the game. And like everything mattered. Everything mattered. And I said to myself when I was watching it, if you can get that consistently with, you know, his play design and everything, he would actually work. But you had to do that from day one. Yes. You can't just change into that in the last quarter, you know? And I think that ultimately could end up costing him his job. But where are the people that's actually developing him as a new coach as well? You know, who do you have in the building that's helping him with stuff like that? You know, these are the things that I think about in the organization overall, it's like we're just dysfunctional. We need real leadership at the top.
Yeah. And I think that's my biggest thing on it was after the Colts game that I kind of was mentally checked out on McDaniel, because you hope that after 4 years, the stuff that he was doing his first year as the head coach would be different than his fourth year. And to me, it's like minuscule, the changes that he has made over these past 4 years. And, you know, NFL stands for not for long. You can't really wait too long for these guys to develop, which sucks because there are guys who then eventually do develop into something. Dan Campbell, but they just need time. Shadow Fate with the $5 says, how are you letting Omar skate on, saying he left early for a medical exam at 7 p.m. on a Friday? He did chime in and say it's true, they do MRIs late in the evening. Shadow Fate's out here.
Is that what he said? I missed it. He left for a medical exam?
Yeah, he said he left for an MRI. Shadow Fate might have something here. Did he leave for an MRI, or is he over at Tootsie's right now?
Man,
Omar in the chat, do they do MRIs at Tootsie's? Is that where you are right now?
Marie Rodriguez Iglesias. MRI.
go get your MRI.
It's in the back right room is where they do the MRIs. Ian with the $5 said, Tua said this week, the first Bills game this season taught him how to throw picks. Not to throw picks on teams winning drives. Only took 6 years to learn that.
Ian, I think that was one of those
hyperboles, his jokes.
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
John with the $5 said, lost my 5-year-old dog Bella in her sleep this week. That's horrible. You guys helping me distract from the grief. Thank you. Losing dogs are the worst. I have 2 dogs that I lost, and I got them tattooed on me. It is the worst thing. So we feel for you, John.
I'm a cat person, and I've lost cats, and it's completely
pets, man. It's just hard.
Sorry.
And then finally, Garp with the 2 says, TD, I like Mad Mike too. Thanks for showing. Thanks for the show, fellas. We appreciate all you guys. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out. Check out Alan, Miami Dolphins on SI, TD, youtube.com/TD Fins Talk, myself, youtube.com/Dougly Do Wrong. One more real quick. The Jonah with the $5 Canadian. How many Dolphins losses over the years can be blamed on Tootsies? All of them.
Omar would have to answer my question.
All of them. We appreciate you guys. We will see you Tuesday at 7:30, hopefully with the Dolphins win. If not, we will talk about where to go from there. We'll do it every week, and then obviously talk about Madrid. But other than that, we will see you Tuesday. Let's get a W. Fins up.